You have an intense schedule here. You visit yesterday Tierra del Fuego with President Milei. And what can you tell us about it?
Well, the visit yesterday to Ushuaia, I had never been to Ushuaia, so this was my first time going there. And we were able to visit with the Navy there and the commander for the Naval Command, and understand in terms of the gateway to the Antarctica that is there. It's a strategic line of communication and of sea line of communication in that region. And having free maritime passage is very important, global commerce. And so there's a lot of strategic capabilities that are possibly there. So how does Argentina want to take that, and how do they want to further their search and rescue mission that they do for the Antarctica, and those sorts of things.
Ambassador Mark Stanley
Right.
said days ago in an interview that the Chinese regime operates a base in Neuquén, in Patagonia, and that he's concerned about, not concerned, but surprised that Argentina allows it.
Well, so I've talked about it as well too. It is one of 3 deep space stations that the People's Republic of China has. 2 are in mainland China, and 1 is in Neoen. And so, but I know that the ambassador has made statements about that, and it is concerning. And so, in terms of Neoen, I'd like to talk about the Emergency Operations Center that we were able to build there, and to help with humanitarian assistance and disaster response, and what that provides to the province there of Neoen. And so we're just about done. We have some computer equipment and IT equipment that will outfit that Emergency Operations Center with. That will also help with wildland firefighting, as we know that that's been a problem in Argentina too. So there are many things that we can partner and do partner with Argentina on from the United States.
And in your opinion, what do you see as the main challenges in the region?
So a lot of challenges in the region in terms of transnational criminal organizations. I see a lot of criminal activity, malign activity, taking advantage of countries where the economies have been hit hard from COVID. The transnational criminal organizations create instability and insecurity in the countries, and criminal networks take over. They don't just traffic drugs, they traffic people, also the illegal mining, as we know, the illegal fishing that happens in the region, and is a problem in this area of the world too. And so all of that illegal activity, we've got to work together better to squeeze that out and not allow that criminal activity to be able to take place.
You didn't mention China, Russia, or Iran, and the activities go from mining to terrorism in the region, with a lot of partners like Venezuela, Cuba, Nicaragua, Bolivia, also Brazil through BRICS. What is your take on this?
Well, I think that these communist countries are working together. And I think that as we see across the globe, not just here in the Western Hemisphere, but we see that when they can, they try to partner together and dismantle democracy and undermine democracy and democratic institutions. And so what I tried to do in my role as the U.S. Southern Command Commander is to bring the United States instruments of national power all together at the same time, because there's a lot of investment in the region from the United States. But when I think of instruments of national power, I use the acronym DIME: diplomacy, information, military, and economics. And I'm the M part of that with the military and the security cooperation that we do. However, when with our diplomacy and working with our U.S. ambassadors, the information environment, I'm talking to you to put out what we do in the United States Southern Command. And then also the E, economics, because that's really, really important. And I really believe that economic security is national security.
immigration. How do you address immigration issues in the region, knowing that Southcom responsibility area ends on Mexico's southern border?
So thank you for the question, because that is a really good question in terms of migration. And we see that the numbers of migration are very, very high. And they keep getting higher every year. And families are on the move. They don't feel secure. They can't get food. They can't get health care. So how do we help? How do we help families feel better and more safe and be able to get the basic things that they need to live, so they aren't moving to try to find a better life? There are so many resources in this region. There was a lot of talk back in 2014, 2015 about this region being able to feed and fuel the world. Why is that potential not realized? How do we help this region realize that potential?
Several Latin American companies are operating or testing Huawei's 5G network. Does this pose a threat to the region and the countries in Latin America?
So I think that with 5G is a state-of-the-art technology that affects everybody. And we have to be very, very careful with as we understand the stealing of data that can happen, and understand that when you have state-owned enterprises from the People's Republic of China, from a communist country that doesn't respect the rights of their own people, why do we think that they're going to respect the rights of our people? And so eyes wide open, just be aware of the facts. There are backdoors that these state-owned enterprises report to the government. And so it's, sovereign countries make their own decisions, but we have to be aware of the facts.
Another very difficult problem that you mentioned is illegal fishing. How do you think countries should deal with the looting of the marine resources?
Well, as we know, in this region, I've seen anywhere from 250 upwards to the high of 642 PRC deepwater fishing vessels in this region alone. That's huge, and it takes away from the coastal countries, takes away from the revenue, and it needs to be, that malign activity, that criminal activity needs to be exposed. And I think that working together, we have been fairly successful on exposing that and working together as nations, because ships will carry a different flag that they sail under. And so being able to show that evidence and then being able to take action is what that's about. So.